Ortegon. I'm your state secretary / treasurer, and I'm from the Nova region.
And I'm Jorge Mancilla. I am the state vice president representing the Nova region.
So today we'll be talking about communication and branding. So FBLA's mission is to inspire and prepare students to become community-minded business leaders in a global society through relevant career preparation and leadership exercises.
In a modern world, there are many methods of communication, and there are business etiquette rules for each medium. Always select the medium that best suits your message. For example, if you're looking to send a long memo about a program update, instant messaging is likely not a good choice. That kind of messaging is better sent through an email or discussion in a scheduled in-person meeting. Similarly, don't select social media as a medium to discuss critical issues. That is better for personal matters. It is important to know who you want to reach with each message. Knowing your audience will help you choose the best way to reach them.
So some communication tips are: always proofread your communication. Small errors can have a big impact on how someone views you and your organization. When possible, have a teacher or advisor proof it for you. Another set of eyes may catch something you missed. Respond to messages in a timely manner. If someone asks a question or needs a response, get back to them as soon as possible. If you need more time to find the correct answer, let them know you are working on it and when they can expect to hear back from you. Keep it professional. It's easy to use casual language in messages with people you know. If you're sending the official communication, be sure to keep the message professional, as they may be sharing it with others in the organization who are not familiar with you.
Email addresses. RSA asks each officer to use an official account for email correspondence. Please remember to include your name and title in the signature of all officer official emails. Messages. Most people prefer brief emails rather than long, wordy messages. If possible, state your opinion in a couple sentences. For a longer message, start an introductory paragraph letting people know the basics. If you have more than one topic, split your message into more than one message with one topic per email. Privacy. Keep in mind that your email may not be private. Your organization may have the right to read anything sent from your official account. So never write and send personal or highly sensitive information from your organization account. Personal emails from home may be forwarded, so don't put anything in writing that could cause a problem if it reaches the wrong person. Edit your emails before you send them. Use spell check and go over all business emails to make sure you have proper grammar. You always want to present yourself as professional in all correspondence. Check personal emails after finishing writing it to make sure that it gets your intention point across. Drop or adding a single word can change the meaning of a sentence. Reply. Know the proper way to reply to emails you receive. Pay close attention to the sender and others in the to and CC fields. Avoid the urge to hit reply all before looking to see who is listed in the header. Your response may confuse others on that list, or you might wind up sending unnecessary information to people who you don't know. And the other time you should click reply all is if you are sure that everyone should receive that information that you're sending. So a few tips are that it is important to check spelling and grammar and punctuation in your emails. Use proper capitalization in your sentences and proper names. Do not type in all capitals and all lowercase letters. When sending an email to several people at once, consider using BCC so that people don't to see a long list of names and addresses. Avoid using emojis and slang terms in business emails.
So here we'll talk about some email etiquette. What are some reasons that organizations need to implement etiquette? Here are some reasons. Number 1, professionalism. By using proper email language, your company will convey a professional image. Number 2, efficiency. Emails that get to the point are much more effective than poorly worded emails. Number 3, protection from liability. Officer awareness of email risk will protect your organization from costly lawsuits. So some tips are use templates for frequently used responses. Some questions you get over and over again, such as conference dates or how to subscribe to your newsletter. Save these texts as response templates and paste them into your message when you need them. Answer swiftly. Members send emails because they wish to receive a quick response. If they do not want a quick response, they could have just sent a letter. Each email should be replied to within 24 hours and preferably within the same working day. If the email is complicated, just send an email back saying that you have received it and you will get back to them on time. Do not attach unnecessary files. By sending large attachments, you could annoy recipients or have your messages go to junk or spam. Whenever possible, try to compress attachments and only send them when they are productive. Use proper structure and layout. Since reading from a screen is more difficult than reading from paper, the structure and layout are very important for email messages. Use short paragraphs and blank lines between each paragraph. When making points, number them or mark each point as separate to keep the overview. Do not overuse the high priority option. We all know the story of the boy who cried wolf. If you overuse the high priority option, it will lose its function when you really need it. Even if an email has high priority, your message will come across as slightly aggressive if you flag it as high priority.
Our state newsletter is Get Connected. We publish it each month and it's distributed to members, advisors, and professional division members, sponsors, etc. State officers are responsible for creating content and submitting it to our state reporter, Sean Miller, by the deadline for each issued. So for example, I have to talk about fundraising and help with the letter. Also encourage the officers to submit news to the national publication Tomorrow's Business Leader, or TBL, on behalf of your state and even their local chapters.
Our state website is vafbla-pbl.org. The site is managed by our FBLA state specialist, Sandy Mills. We use this site to promote state programs, deadlines, etc. Another great resource for our members and chapters is the national website, fbla-pbl.org. Here you can find video games, study guides, scholarship information, sponsors, and partner links, and much more.
Social media. The goal of FBLA's social networking strategy is to support the organization's mission of bringing business and education together in a positive working relationship through innovative leadership and career development programs. Social media gives chapters, advisors, and members the opportunity to foster a virtual community and communicate directly with members, stakeholders, and general public. Because of these sites are a public reflection of the state and national FBLA PBL's programs, we have an interest in maintaining a positive image on social media. It is important to regularly review your social media and content and what others are saying about your organization on social media. Guidelines for social networking. These guidelines provide a framework for FBLA PBL staff, advisors, and members and alumni who create and administer websites and social media pages on behalf of FBLA PBL and any other social accounts that reflect on the organization, including your personal accounts. Be secure. Advisors should retain ownership of all chapter-sponsored social media accounts. This means usernames and passwords. and monitor your chapter sites. Being mindful with whom you share account information and change passwords regularly with each new state officer team. Be responsible. Advisors, students, and professional members are personally responsible for the content they publish on blogs, social media, networking sites, or any other form used generated media. Be mindful that what you publish will be public for a long time. Be transparent. Identify yourself by name via your networking profile, and when relevant, your role with FBLA PBL. So for example, I have Virginia State Vice President on my account. Write in your first and make it write in the first person and make it clear that you're speaking for yourself not on behalf of FBLA PBL. Be discreet. Confidential business or personal information as to publish or report on conversations that are meant to be private on internal to FBLA PBL. If you have any doubt about whether information is confidential, it probably is. Be fair. Retain from writing, tweeting, or posting anything, including photographs or videos that can be perceived as reflecting bias or favoritism. So show diversity. This same guideline should be used when joining, following, or friending any person or organization online. In short, avoid words or actions that could tarnish the credibility and reputation of FBLA PBL. Be respectful. Don't use ethnic slurs, personal insults, or engage in any contact that would not be acceptable in a school or workplace environment. Be lawful. Respect copyright, fair use, and financial disclosure laws.
FBLA PBL branding. When speaking about our mission, association, or any organization-related topic, we are presenting the image of FBLA PBL. Because so many of us are delivering these messages, it becomes even more vital that we speak and deliver with one consistent voice. And we should do so in professional and effective ways. To build brand awareness and recognition, two things are necessary. One, a consistent, strong, well-designed brand identity. And two, a high level of repeated exposure, consistency, and repetition. In all of our print and web materials, increase recognition and a feeling of familiarity. When recognition on a brand grows, more and more customers or members and advisors come back again and again. Remember that we're the advisors for FBLA.
FBLA PBL has a number of trademarks and service marks registered with the United States Patent and Trademark Office. FBLA PBL's official colors are blue and gold, not navy blue and gold. And the logo is blue and red. Do not place elements near or on the logo. Do not alter, recolor, redraw, or distort the FBLA logo's official logos available. For use, can be downloaded from the national website. A membership year specific logo package will also be available on this page. Additional brand guidelines can be found on the national website at www.fblapbl.org. Usage. All local and state advisors are responsible for protecting the use and image of FBLA PBL's logos and trademark items. State and local FBLA chapters are permitted to use the trademark items without obtaining approval from the national office on printed materials, promotional pieces, and displays that are not sold. Written approval must be obtained from national FBLA PBL for any item that will be sold by local or state FBLA PBL chapters. Commercial vendors are not permitted to use FBLA PBL trademarks, service marks, or trade names on any merchandise offered for sale or otherwise, unless vendor has in a specifically granted a license by the National FBLA PBL for logo use permission. You can email the commission communications@fbla.org.
So some things to keep in mind about our brand is that FBLA uses the ER spelling of advisor instead of OR. So advisor, not advisor. Our local and state associations are chapters, not clubs. Business Achievement Awards can be abbreviated to BAA, but should not be BAAS. The last word, awards, is already plural, so it does not need an S on the end. The name of National Service Partner March of Dimes should always be spelled out and never be abbreviated as MOD. When conferences are abbreviated, if referring to multiple conferences, do not add an apostrophe before the S.
Images of your officer team will be used throughout the membership year. Since your team may only be together once or twice throughout the year, officer training is a great time to take several photos that can be used for various purposes all year. Think about your state's chapter's marketing and what photos may be needed. Do you need to send a holiday card? Do you send a holiday card? Can you post a special photo to promote community service? Since it can take a little time to get all of the needed photos, try to block a specific time frame during training to take photos. Otherwise, you may run out of time and not get all the shots you want. So a few tips are that if you're available, use a camera with if available, if you have the resource, use a camera with high resolution instead of using someone's phone. Additional individual photos of the officers can be used in publications, on sites, and with social media posts throughout the year. Try to take photos in front of neutral backgrounds and with good lighting of your officer's face. Consider removing name tags from the photos as they are hard to read or may look strange, especially from a distance. When taking group photos, make sure that everyone can be seen. Consider trying to take different locations, such as taking one in front of a brick wall and another one with the state officer team on the stairs for a more portrait look, rather than a landscape layout. Take several group shots and have people stand in different positions so that all photos don't look the exact same. Consider taking photos in the official uniforms and business casual uniforms for another option.
So social media posts with videos typically receive more engagement than posts with only text and images. It's a great way for members in your state to feel connected to the officers, and it gives you a chance to share your love of FBLA. Think about ways your officer team can connect with your members and chapters throughout the year. Ideas include meet the officers, advisor appreciation day messages, membership deadline reminders, conference promotion, competitive event tips. The options are endless. So some tips about shooting videos are: think about what the lighting is when shooting the video. Light should be on the officer's face, not behind their head. Place the phone or camera on a tripod or solid surface to shoot the video. Use different locations or framing for each video so they don't all look the same, even if they are shot a few minutes apart. Keep it simple. Include only one topic per video. Consider your audience. Who are you trying to reach and what do you want to tell them? Short videos are best for social media promotions. And that was it. Thank you all for coming to this regional officer training, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Well, does anybody have any questions? Might want to ask them if they have questions, guys.
Okay. Feel free to ask.
while you guys are thinking of your questions, congratulations to Charlie and Kylie on being today's door prize winners. And Charlie and Kylie, you need to email me and I put my email address in the chat, and let me know your preference of gift card.
Good job.
Okay, our next officer training is going to be held Wednesday, November 4, and it's FBLA programs with Sarah, Stacy, and Jayla. And then Jorge is doing his, but he hasn't replied to my email, and I can't remember which one he is doing on Thursday.
I put it in the subject. It's tools and resources.
Tools and resources on Thursday. So we'll be sending these out, and we'll be posting on the website to make sure you have the Zoom links. Not website, social media.
Yeah. One question was about what social media platforms do you recommend? So maybe Mariana, do you want to answer this question since it's from a different perspective?
Well, I would say that just think about what you use the most. So, for example, we have an Instagram, a Facebook, and a Twitter, which I would say are the most popular social medias. So just by starting off with an account, obviously you need to get permission to start one, but starting an account in those social medias would really, I think, be the best because they're the most popular and the most used.
One question for Mariana was, do you have your Facebook and Instagram linked together?
Well, I'm not sure if you mean my personal one, because for my personal one, I don't. And and not club, chapter.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Chapter. For the chapter, yeah. I think it's a good idea to just have it like tagged, so, or have all the same. So we have VA, FBLA, PBL for all of our social media. So try to have something like that so people know what your tag is for both. So linking them is fine. Yeah, we actually, do you want to talk about like Hootsuite, Jorge, and how that helps?
Sure. So, okay, I'm just reading the chat, sorry. So Hootsuite is a great way of posting all at once. And for example, for the state team, all the state officers post for social media through Hootsuite. So we can have, for example, one post of an FBLA meme, and we can post them on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook all at once, like just by clicking post one time. That way we don't have to go on each social media account, and it's a lot easier that way. And I see Charlie took my advice on Linktree, which is great. We have multiple Linktrees. I have one for my chapter. There's one for the state, for our division, and then there's one for PBL, also Virginia PBL. But Linktree is so useful.
Does anyone have what?
Yeah, I was about to ask, are there any other questions that you guys have for us?